education competitiveness is part of the discussion. In 2007, Jane testified before our committee on behalf of the American Association of Community Colleges. She shared the stories of students in Montana who were struggling to pay for college. She urged us to expand the higher education credits. She urged that the credit should be refundable to allow access to those that need them the most. I remember that moment clearly. I heard you, Jane, I listened, and we got it done. We passed the American Opportunity Tax Credit, and as a result, 4.5 million lower-income students took advantage of the credit's 40% refundability. But we can do more. We need to do more. We need to increase that percentage so more students have the ability to go to school. We look at ways to expand the credits, look at ways to increase refundability, to continue to benefit the students who need them the most. We will propose making the credits permanent so families can be certain of their benefits from year to year. We will work for tax incentives that are simpler, more consistent, and easier to access. As Larry works toward his degree, as Jane and Stephanie work for the students and workers of Montana, and as you all work each day for the students of our country, I am committed to working for you in Montana and on Capitol Hill. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your work to help America face the challenges of the 21st century. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another warm round of applause to Senator Max Baucus. I believe we have a special guest. Okay, go ahead. And now I have the privilege of announcing a very special guest and one of community college movement's greatest assets, Dr. Jill Biden. Thank you. I'm going to have you stand. I'm going to introduce you.
Oh, okay.
Jill Biden, wife of Vice President Joe Biden, wears many hats. She's a mother and a grandmother. She's a proud Blue Star mom. And of course, she has been an educator at community colleges for 3 decades. As Second Lady, Dr. Biden works to highlight the importance of community colleges, to raise awareness about the sacrifices made by military families, and to bring attention to women's health issues, including breast cancer. Dr. Biden also continues to teach English full-time at Northern Virginia Community College just outside of Washington, D.C. Now, Dr. Biden has always said that community colleges are one of America's best-kept secrets. However, she's working very hard to make sure that's no longer the case. As you know, President Obama has asked Dr. Biden to help promote community colleges around the country, and she works consistently on this outreach on behalf of the administration. Last fall, on the 5th of October, she hosted the first ever Community College Summit on Community Colleges. And I had the extraordinary honor of participating in, and along with many of you who are present here tonight, in that magnificent event. Prior to moving to Washington, D.C., Dr. Biden taught English at a community college in Delaware, at a public high school, and at a psychiatric hospital for adolescents. Dr. Biden earned her doctorate in education from the University of Delaware in January of 2007. Her dissertation focused on maximizing student retention in community colleges. She also has two master's degrees, both of which she earned while working and raising a family. Dr. Biden has been a fierce advocate for all of us, and we are very fortunate to have her here with us tonight. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Jill Biden.
Thank you. Thank you. Gosh, what a warm introduction. Thank you very much. I'm always so happy to spend time with my community college friends and colleagues. I am particularly pleased to congratulate your honorees this evening, Senator Max Baucus, and from the great state of Delaware, Congressman Mike Castle. Thank you, Max and Mike, for your leadership and dedication to our country's community colleges, and especially for your leadership in support of the new community college grants. I want to welcome Dr. Walter Bumpus in his new role, and I would like to recognize ACCT's President Noah Brown for his longtime leadership. Lastly, I want to say hello and acknowledge Martha Cantor, my dear friend, and our Undersecretary of Education, who, along with many colleagues at the Department of Education, has been instrumental in our efforts to support community college. Thank you, Martha. Well, I spent today at a computer lab at my community college, which is not too far from here, teaching 3 English classes. Like many of you, I love teaching. And every day I see the potential and opportunity that community colleges provide for their students. And the great news is that this administration recognizes that too. From the beginning, President Obama has understood the critical role that community colleges play for the future of this nation. President Obama is committed to community colleges because he knows, as we all do, that community colleges are critical to getting our economy back on track. They are the key. They are the key to meeting the president's goal of having the best educated, most competitive workforce in the world. Last year, the president signed legislation that reformed the student loan industry, eliminating the subsidies to banks and pumping most of the savings into programs that benefit our students. Some of you here tonight attended the White House Summit on Community Colleges last fall. We appreciated your input, and we are hard at work following up on the ideas and suggestions that came out of that summit. We are making reforms in how financial aid is administered. We want to ensure that student loan debt is manageable and that young people feel financially secure as they enter a tough competitive job market. Over the next 4 years, we are putting $2 billion into substantial grants for community colleges. We know we will face some tough choices in the future, but we are working hard to reach a bipartisan consensus consensus about what we must do to provide a world-class education for our nation, both for K through 12 and higher ed. I applaud each of you for your role in making it possible for millions of Americans to build a successful future for themselves and their families. And I pledge to you that our work has just begun. Every American should have the opportunity to take advantage of a community college education. I thank you for your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you again for being with us here tonight, Dr. Biden. We all know how busy you are, and I'm certain that I can speak for everyone in the House that when I tell you that we truly appreciate your time this evening and your lifelong commitment to our institutions. I'd also like to recognize, in addition to you, Undersecretary Martha Cantor, we also have Frank Chong, the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Community Colleges, with us tonight. Thank all of you for being with us tonight. Dinner is now served.